Hi there and welcome back to my White Christmas tutorial series. Today it's the time for project number 6 out of 25. This is going to be a set of 3 small woodland shaker tags. As always, I'm going to focus on die cutting, and other than die supplies are going to be minimal. I'm just going to use some white cardstock, 1 sequin mix, 1 shade of distress ink, plus a piece of vellum and a piece of acetate. So without further ado, let's get started and I'll show you how it's done. To create the shape of the tag, I'm going to use the 3rd largest die from Double Stitch Shaker Tags by Poppy Stamps. I've die cut this shape out of white cardstock and out of acetate. I'm also going to use a matching frame die, and I've die cut this shape out of white cardstock as well. To create a cute little scene, I'm going to use those dies called Whittle Deer and Whittle Pines. Now I am arranging all 3 pieces on this one tag, which is the inside of the frame. Then I'm gonna use those stitched heels dies, and I just want to make sure that each tree is standing on its own heel. When I have the heels positioned, I'm taping them down and running them through the die cutting machine, and this is the result that I get. To add a little bit of depth and dimension to my heels, I'm going to ink them up using Tumbled glass distress ink. It's the lightest shade of blue. I'm only applying the ink to the sides and to the bottom, leaving the top of the heel, which is the stitched line, white. Now I'm applying some adhesive at the wrong side of the heels, and I'm going to stick them down onto the background tag. I'm positioning the frame first without adhering it, and this way I will know exactly where to place those heels. They fit in just like puzzle pieces. Then I'm going to stick down the pine trees using the liquid glue, but I'm not attaching the deer so far. I'm going to use some mounting tape to assemble the tag. I've cut each strip into 3 to make it the right thickness. Now I'm attaching those strips of mounting tape at the wrong side of the frame, and then I'm going to attach a piece of acetate. You can use the regular double-sided tape for it. I just like this added dimension. And as always, the list of supplies I'm using can be found in the description and on my blog. Now I'm going to apply double-sided tape again, this time to create the shaker element. But before I fill in the shaker, I'm going to attach the loop to be able to hang the tag, and I'm going to use a piece of silver ribbon. I'm attaching it at the very top of my tag with the hot glue, just where the stitching is. And I'm using the bone folder to press it down. The sequin mix I'm using is called Frosty 2. It's by Cat Scrappiness, and it has different sizes sequins as well as the tiny snowflakes. I have added a pinch of sequins inside, and then I'm peeling off the liner and attaching the backing. Of course, if you want to create more movement of sequins, you can add a double layer of mounting tape, but I think I'm fine with just 1 layer. Now it's time to attach the focal image, but the problem is that it doesn't stand out no matter if I'm using the light or the dark cardstock. This problem is actually very common. And this is what I'm gonna do. I have die cut a piece of vellum, the same size as the inside of my tag, and now I'm going to create 1 additional heel out of that vellum using the same stitched die. After it's die cut, I'm going to attach it right on top of the acetate with just a few dots of liquid glue. Not only is it going to make my focal image stand out more, but it is also going to create more depth and more interest. And the greatest thing about it is that you can still see the sequins through it. So I have attached my focal image, the deer, on top of the vellum, and then I'm going to add a few sequins right on top of the vellum and the acetate. By the way, the deer image is made up of 3 layered die cuts. For the next tag, I'm going to use the moose image. It's also 3 layered die cuts. And then I'm going to add some sequins just as I did before. The rest of the tag is created absolutely the same way. The only difference is the focal image. The third tag is also going to be the same, but this time I'm going to use the fox. So this is what the finished project looks like. Those tags can be lovely embellishments for the gift bags, and I also think that any Christmas tag can be used as a Christmas tree ornament because it has its hanging option. There's also a nice double-stitched line at the wrong side, and you can add the name of the recipient inside or the short message. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Have a great week, and I hope to see you again soon for the project number 7.